Later on, I get a text from my best friend saying that they did this, this, and this, like listing it out. Consensual finger stuff. So I'm like, oh my god, I react, I respond, and she doesn't answer for a good, like, 3 hours, so I just assumed I wouldn't hear from her anymore and I went to sleep. Next morning, I wake up to a message from her that she had sent me in the middle of the night saying that she was embarrassed of it, and that if he told anyone about it, she would say that it was. So I spam back on her.
What's good? What's good? What's the word, everybody? Your boy Dave back at it again. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. We're going to get right to it. Without further ado, just understand that I do interject to talk. And if you don't like it, like I said again, please get the off the channel. All right? I don't got time for y'all comments on none of that bullshit. Now let's get to the video.
So fast. And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Bruh.
Like, he shot a couple of times. And I
So
was
is he
so
in the
scared.
car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting. And I didn't even want to move.
This bitch, I lied to Gail King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. But she's always gonna talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on the Trump night, but you kept catching me out of my fucking mind.
Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Never even touched that gun. Never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw two women fighting, two men break up the fight, one man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. Iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete.
I ain't gonna lie, man. No funny. Videos like that are a bit scary because somebody could just easily just like switch up their stories. And just because there's a woman basically changing the stories, everybody's just gonna assume like, nah, give her some slack. Don't make it a big deal because like, oh nah, bro, she's a woman, let her rock. Although her story is changing, it just don't make sense. And it switches up each and every time, and then every individual is involved in that same story. It's no longer friends with the individual, but people just dismiss that. Even though now the new facts are now coming in saying that there's someone who actually heard all of the things that were mentioned that could literally free an innocent man out of jail. And then people are saying, nah, man, she shouldn't be accused of anything, although she falsely lied and said that the guy did shoot her. Let's get to the next video. This one's crazy.
Story time from my past. My best friend falsely accused a boy of SA. The reason why I'm bringing this up now is because I just had an interaction with this person. I'll get into that in the end, and also this is the first time I witnessed a guy going through false accusations, and the fact that I'm able to say first time is pretty sad, but let's get into it. So this happened when we were all sophomores in high school, so 16, I'm 22 now, and I had a best friend who I was so inseparable with that people would get our names mixed up. She was friends with a guy named Jay who I didn't like because he was unnecessarily rude to me and would just bully me for no apparent reason. No grudge, I'm sure he's matured now. But one day after school, he came up to us, looked at my best friend and said, do you want to go to the back? Which essentially meant, do you want to go do something? She said yes. He asked me if I wanted to come and I said absolutely not, and I went home. That was the last I saw of them of the day. Later on, I get a text from my best friend saying that they did this, this, and this, like listing it out. Consensual finger stuff. So I'm like, oh my god, I react, I respond, and she doesn't answer for a good, like, 3 hours, so I just assumed I wouldn't hear from her anymore and I went to sleep. Next morning, I wake up to a message from her that she had sent me in the middle of the night saying that she was embarrassed of it, and that if he told anyone about it, she would say that it was. So I spam back on it, absolutely do not, but this is the next day by now when the messages just don't go through. So I'm like, oh my god, and I just go to school. My best friend is nowhere to be found, but I get called to the office and there's like 6 cops in there and I'm like, what's going on? They directly asked me what happened between my best friend and Jay to give them any details I could about that day. So I told them the bit of information I had up until I left. I showed them the messages of exactly what she had said happened and how she said that she was going to say that it was if anybody asked. And they're like, wow, she told us everything happened at a completely different location, that you were there and that you could corroborate her story. And I'm like, what do I look like? I'm not going to join in on a scheme to get someone falsely accused of, even if I don't like them. And she was forced to admit that she lied. Jay had been arrested at this point, and he was able to come back to school. Like, next day he was at school. She didn't come back to school until the end of the year for finals, but nothing happened to her. She got no consequences. So you know how I had mentioned that we had an interaction? So she found one of my accounts and she DM'd me, asking me how I'm doing. She's done this multiple times over the years because she still wants to be my friend. I've refused to talk to her since then, but this time I was like, I'm just going to ask her straight up, do you regret what you did when you were 16? And she laughed about it. She straight up said, I do crazy things sometimes, and then laughed about it. Signed a bunch of laughing emojis. The fact that she said, I do crazy things sometimes, leads me to believe that she's done deplorable things like this to other people, and that's scary. Also, side note, I looked at her page and she's married now. Got married to some dude that she didn't know for very long. I am scared for him.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. I say definitely like a lot of props to Shorty, especially with her even like speaking out on it and like because she did mention that she didn't even like the guy. She's just like not cool with the guy at all. And then on top of that, she still went ahead and still like told the truth and said, nah, like that's a lie because she texted me this and so and provided all like the evidence in that situation, which not everybody would do that because if you really look at her loyalty really lies with her friend. She didn't really have to go in that situation to be like, all right, cool, now I'm gonna just like go ahead and like just side with her because she's my friend, blah blah blah, and so. But instead, she just went ahead and was like, "Yo, you know what? Let me just keep it a G and tell them what the situation is." But look at how easily someone can just switch up on you, where both of y'all agree to just do something, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like she just wants to just switch up later on because she feels a type of way. She could be like, "Nah." Although I may have consented to it, I really didn't feel like it. I was peer pressured and stuff like that. And you could just easily be put in handcuffs. And in this situation, he's already put in the handcuffs already. So he was already detained off of just an allegation that wasn't true. And things like this is becoming a norm now where people are not even speaking out on it no more. Like even if you speak out on it, even if somebody questions it, you get attacked. Like, how dare you question so and so? How dare you basically doubt that, oh, that what the person is saying is not even true? And that's like a sad case and stuff like that because now guys can't really say nothing. Somebody can just easily lie on you and you just got to go with it because, well, you the man, can't say nothing. You say something, you just. This is a sad and cold world that we live in, and it's just going to get worse until people start countersuing people now. They lie on you, sue their ass, press charges, take their ass to court, do whatever you need to do to make sure their asses end up in jail because I promise you they're going to do it again to another person. Like, you just let them rock and keep going on with it, would just literally prolong it for them to do it on more people. Because you have to think of it from this aspect, right? When a shoe was on your foot, they didn't give a damn about you basically stepping on dirt that they basically laid on the floor for you. So why the hell should you care about cleaning their damn shoes for them stepping on the dirt that they actually put there? It just don't make no sense. They were willing for you to just go to jail. You would have been there. And not to lie to when you do go to jail in situations like this, some people do unalive you in jail. They find out you mess with girls, young women, old women, whatever woman. You do something to women in jail, it's a whole different story. They're going to take care of you. So now it's like, bro, like, what's the best way to handle it, dog? Sue them. They ain't gonna stop until guys start standing up and being like, yo, this person falsely accused me, so you know what? I want to sue them for defamation. Offer it. Sue them for defamation. Don't even show no sympathy because they ain't show no sympathy to you when they lied on you. So why are you over here trying to defend them and save them for that whole situation? I'll say, f that, bro. I'm not doing that. You gotta go just the same way as how you try to make me go. Simple as that. That guys gotta watch out here, man. It's dangerous. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button for more content. Deuces.